Kristyn Clarke here behind the bar at the Note in Westchester from Pop Culture Menace, and I am here with Tremonti. Thank you guys for joining us. Can you start off by introducing yourselves to our site visitors?
I'm Wolf, and I play bass.
Mark Tremonti, and I sing and play guitar.
Taking out stuff.
Garrett Whitlock, I play drums.
Eric, I play guitar and sing.
Great, thank you guys. So, I mean, the album has dropped already, and you know, how happy are you with the feedback? Because everything I've been seeing has been completely positive.
Yeah, it's been, like you said, all of it's been very positive, and it's always good to get that direct feedback from fans right away on all the social media, and you know, fans and critics alike have all been good, so we're happy.
So, I mean, obviously it's got to feel good for all of you to get these songs out on the road and in front of crowds. You know, how has the fan reaction been at shows? How have the audiences been so far?
It's been awesome. It's just been, it's great and fulfilling, like you said, to get out here and play these songs live and just see the reaction of the crowd. It's been great. There's it seems like the people that are showing up really have dug into the record and dug deep. They know all the words to all the album tracks, you know, not the single and stuff, so it's been really awesome.
That's great. So, you know, how are you guys best balancing, you know, all of you have multiple other projects and things like that. How are you balancing time between Tremonti and your other projects?
Just planning, a lot of planning ahead. You know, I know what my schedule looks like for the next 2 years pretty much, and just got to make sure that every band has the proper window to set the records up correctly and tours correctly, and you know, just a lot of hard work.
So for each one of you, I'm wondering if you have a pivotal music moment that's happened in your lives that made you decide that you wanted to pursue music for a career.
I don't know. It just kind of happened for me, honestly. I was just, because my dad is in a band, and I would constantly hear music every single day, and I just ended up playing drums and then going to guitar and then bass, and just everything just kind of happened.
I think it was when I watched Back to the Future, and Michael J. Fox pulls out the guitar with a huge stack behind him and gets blown across the room and gets to play with the band after the guy cuts his finger in the trunk, you know. That was a good one. And then I saw the movie Crossroads. I was like, damn it, I'm going to play the guitar. And got into the guitar. Then I heard the Metallica Master of Puppets record and became an addict, you know, and ever since, this is all I've ever wanted to do since then.
I grew up in a pretty musical household. Mom and Dad always listened to a lot of music growing up, but really didn't really decide much about drums till right around the beginning of middle school. I had a buddy that was a drummer, and I would go over to his house and play at the end of school and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much around middle school, and I'd say I was like, okay, I'm set. I'm just gonna figure out a way to do this.
When I was younger, I really liked playing blues music, and I would learn CDs by ear. And Kenny Wayne Shepherd was one of my favorites because he was a younger blues artist and kind of made me believe that I could do it too. You know, I went to one of his shows, and he saw me playing air guitar to every note, and his dad, his manager at the time, I think he still is, but came up and picked me up out of the crowd at the encore. He gave me a white Fender Strat, he signed it, and I got to jam with my guitar hero at that time, you know, and that was the moment where I was on stage and there was a crowd and they were reacting, and I was like taking it all in. I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I went home and I didn't go to sleep. I was so excited.
That's awesome. It's so funny you mentioned Kenny Wayne Shepherd. He was literally just in Delaware like last night. Yeah, that's awesome. So I know a lot of the music that's on the album has kind of been in the works since like back in like 2008. So, you know, do you have more material kind of in the arsenal for what maybe the next album would be?
Yeah, I mean, I've got tons and tons of stuff, because that's when I have a day off, I'm just writing music, but it's not really for any specific band or anything. It's just writing, and that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to start this band, is because I have a lot of ideas that will never see the light of day unless I get to work with another project and put it out there. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff on tap. You know, with this band, I think we want to start pushing it into just keep that heavy direction going, that more progressive, heavy, but yet melodic sound going. So, keep trying to write in that vein, but there's still a lot of stuff on tap.
So, how's the chemistry between all of you coming together now?
Great.
I hate all you guys.
We've all pretty much got the kid in a candy store mentality. It's, there's no rules with this. It's all just, we're all just real big fans of music. We love playing our instruments, and it's just kind of like
It's almost weird.
a no-holds-barred type mentality, so.
Like, we like each other so much, we're such good friends, that it's kind of weird that nothing has gone wrong.
There's no mean person around.
There's not, like, we're just four really good friends playing music.
So, as a just for fun question, if one of you could dare the other one to do something, what would it be?
I would dare Wolfgang to put a bug on his hand.
Wolfie has a serious bug problem. Wolfie don't like bugs.
We were just driving over here from the hotel, and there's this little gnat.
It was not a gnat.
This little tiny gnat. He's rolling down the window, barely rolling down the window.
Bugs are just gross. I mean, it was on me, and I just
Bugs, one of God's creatures, man.
I fear that the prank war has, Mark said it best, it has begun. So I'm sure by the end of the tour, there's gonna be a couple of wars wagered.
By the end, I'll genuinely hate you guys.
I'm sure that's when the real stories will start coming out, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So what are the plans for after this tour? What is on the immediate horizon for everyone?
You want to go first?
Well, I am not busy until the beginning of next year, so the rest of this year is pretty open. But yeah.
After this tour ends, I'm headed off to Indonesia with Creed, and then South America. Then after that, I'm getting together with Miles Kennedy and writing the next Alter Bridge record in December and January. And then in February, we're going back out on tour over to Europe for sure. We're keeping our fingers crossed that we get an offer to go to Australia for the Soundwave festivals. And then after that, get back to finishing the Alter Bridge record and going back to Europe for the summer festivals with Alter Bridge.
Wow.
Yeah.
No rest for you at all.
Just gonna ride out the rest of this U.S. tour. We're gonna, after this, Tremonti goes over to Europe for a little bit, and then after that, like Mark said, maybe in February, maybe some more shows or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
For me, is the same as Mark, minus the Alter Bridge stuff. I play with him in the Creed shows, so Indonesia and South America. I can't wait for that stuff. But I'm also in another band called Projected with me and Flip from Creed and Alter Bridge, and some of the other guys in Seven Dust, John and Vinny. We may do something there if there's a window there, but there's so many bands, it's crazy. It's like we all just love music, and we love hanging out, and we do it every
We get a super tour together with everything.
We talked about that. Yeah, we've definitely talked about that.
And all the different bands. You
some
could,
of us
5 or 6 different bands on
doubling
one bill
up,
between all of them.
Unreal. I think most of you would be running ragged by the end of the night. So, what I love so much about the album is the honesty behind the songwriting, and how important is that for you to keep very in the forefront, I guess.
It's really the only way I know how to write. I'm not very poetic, and I don't have I don't write about anything that doesn't have anything to do with myself personally, and I've never been one to write about partying or, it's all got to be meaningful, and that's just the way I like to write. That doesn't mean I don't like to listen to party music, but that's just the kind of music I like to write.
So for each one of you, what would be one of the most surprising influences that we'd find floating around in your iPod?
Surprising influences. Guess I grew up listening to Blink-182 a lot. I like Travis Barker. I think he's an awesome drummer. Yeah.
Rod Stewart, and Terry Rafferty and Journey, that kind of stuff. 70s soft rock I love.
The most shocking thing, probably Hank Williams Sr., something like that. But other than that, I pretty much like it all. So,
This is for really difficult. How deep do I expose myself?
Katy Perry.
There's definitely, I mean, the pop stuff, Katy Perry, I love all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's an art to everything, and that stuff is insane. But you know, that's programming and stuff. But you know, I love just old school blues and jazz. I'm a crazy when I'm not rocking out, I'm listening to jazz that I've never even heard of and can't pronounce the name of the artist. I just love jazz. Yeah.
So personally, I look at music as a universal language that we can all speak and understand, even if we take different messages away. Is there anything in particular that you hope your music will say to listeners?
Just that we love what we do and it means a lot to us, and you know, hopefully people appreciate that.
Awesome. So, being that we're a pop culture website and we're engrossed in all things pop culture, is there anything in particular these days you can't get enough of?
Bugs. Can't get enough. Is there a funny TV show? I love Breaking Bad.
We've been watching a lot of
Game of
Walking Dead on the
Thrones.
bus right now.
Yeah, Walking Dead.
And American Dad.
We're pretty big gamers, so we're video game nerds. And anytime any movies come out or anything, so yeah. It's,
What are you currently playing right now?
what's it? I'm digging on.
We don't have an Xbox.
Yeah, nothing on the road right now. But
Borderlands 2.
yeah, Borderlands, new Call of Duty coming out.
Assassin's Creed.
Rot your brain.
Yeah. He's like, be playing an instrument, don't play your games. But, you know,
Trombone Shorty.
a record.
So, what's the best way for us to keep up to date? I'm sure all of you are very active on social media and all that, since that's the uprise of sharing news now. So,
Twitter's definitely the best way for me. I'm just at Mark Tremonti.
Same for me, at Wolfgang Van Halen.
At GW Drums.
This is gonna sound like at capital I E-Rock capital I.
I thought it was 3
No, 2.
He had to complicate it as much as possible.
I just wanted E-Rock, and some guy has at E-Rock, and he doesn't even use it.
it's video, and I don't have to transcribe that. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for taking a few minutes out to speak with me. I appreciate it. Is there any final comments you'd like to share with fans and our site visitors, other than get out to a show?
Yeah, no, come out to a
Second
show.
that, get to a show.
Yeah.
Enjoy the record.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Throw fake bugs at Wolfgang on stage.
Real ones.